Hello everyone, welcome back to Shivek tutorial. In this video we are going to learn about Scratch. In this we will see how can we add new sprites, background and what we get to look in motion and looks. So let us start with the background. For background you have to click on this icon. As you can see, in this we get many options. So the first option is choose a background. So if we click this, we get a variety of backgrounds to choose from. So there are many backgrounds, as you can see. So from this, these are divided into many groups. You can see fantasy, music, sports, outdoor, indoor, space, underwater and patterns. So you can take any of the backdrop. Suppose I take this backdrop of the hearts. So this is my background. Now I selected. So when you see in backdrop, you can't have any motions. So you go in the backdrop, you don't have any motion, because obviously you can't move the background. You can resize it or edit it, but you can't move it. So let us start with the looks of the background. So in the looks, you get to see switch backdrop to hearts. What does it mean? It is a very easy, simple English language. It is switch backdrop means it will switch your background. So if we have two backdrops, it's backdrop 1, backdrop 2. Now I have backdrop 1 with me. I will switch it to hearts. Now if I click this block, you can see that the background is changed to hearts. So this is the main role of this block. Now let's see other blocks. Now switch backdrop to hearts and wait. Now you will see that the block that we saw previously and this block, both are the same, but no, they are different. Why? Because switch backdrop to hearts. Now this is also same, but and wait, what it does is it will switch your backdrop and it will wait for some time. So this was the purpose of this block. Now let's see what does next backdrop this block means. This means that when we click on this, the next backdrop will come. Now we have only two backdrops, so whenever we click this, only these two will come and go. So this was the main purpose of this block. Now let's see another one. This is change color effect. Now we can get other options as well, like color, fisheye, wall, pixelate, mosaic, brightness and ghost. So let us start with the first, which is color. So when you change color effect by 25, I click this, you can see that the color of the backdrop changes. Why does it change? Now as the sentence suggests, change color effect means the color of the background will change by 25, or you can take any one. Now if I take 10, then you can see more shades, you can see more shades of green, pink. You can see it happening very lightly. So this was the main purpose of change color effect. Now let's see what's change fish eye. Now when I change fish eye, you can see it's the backdrop is extending from the middle side. Why? It is happening like a fish eye, means if you see an eye of the fish, it is big and circular from the middle. So the same thing happens here. Now what's whirl? You know whirl is like a spiral. So when you do this, the background will change as a spiral. So this was the main effect. What happens now? You get pixelate. Now if any one of you has played Minecraft, then you would have known. So what is happening is it is, wait, let me change this color. Okay, now you can see when you click on it, the color the backdrop becomes more like a pixel, like pixel art. Do you know, Minecraft, if you play, you can see mostly in pixels. So this is the main purpose of change pixelate effect. Now let's see the next effect, which is mosaic. What happens is mosaic is you can see now it is dividing itself into more and more. First we have 1 hearts, then we have 6, then we have 9 here, then we get more and more and more. This is the effect of mosaic that can happen. Now let's see what's next is brightness. As you all know, if you use phones and laptops, you can just minimize or maximize your brightness. So this is the main thing that happens. See, I maximize, now it's pure white. If I change it by -10, what do you think will happen? -10 means -10. So it will get darker and darker and darker and darker. So this is how you can make lighter and darker by the brightness effect. Let's see what's ghost effect. The ghost effect does the same thing but with many other like shades, so many shades to make it more light. So this was a ghost effect. And now what is this? Our next block is set color effect to 0. What is color effect? Like we saw in the change color effect, this did change the color or any mosaic effect. In this we set a color effect. For example, we have color here, we set its effect to 56. Now what happens is the color directly changes, no shades, no nothing, only the color change. So this is what happens in set color. Then we have fish eye. So if we fish eye directly, it will just happen directly, it will just set it, no change, like we have to not do multiple clicks or something, it will do it directly. Then we have world, like we saw same thing happens, just the effect is changed to a particular numerical. Now let's see what will we do in pixelate. In pixelate, now see, it will be very pixel like that effect. You see, it's happening more pixel. If we like set it to 100, can you see, like 100, I set it to 100. If you can see, now 100, it becomes more pixelate. Now like mosaic also the same thing happens, you can see more hearts right there. Now brightness also the same thing, more bright. If I change this to -100, you will like see more dark or the same image that we can, oh, full black. Why? Because it's -100 means in the negative side, most bright to most dark. Now what's the next thing that we can do? Ghost effect. What's ghost effect? If -100 it's particularly full dark, what's if I do full 100? Okay, full white. So brightness and ghost effect, I think they are both brothers, they are just acting like the same. So our next block is clear graphic effects. So what does it mean? Now we saw change color effect, change your set color effect too. These are all graphics. So we can change these graphic effects by just clicking on this button. What happens? You get the same backdrop as you had. So this was the main like rule or the work of this thing. Now let's see what is the next. Next you just get like button which we can use in operations, which I can tell you in further videos, in further modules which will come. So when you click this, you can see there 2 comes. Now what is the meaning of 2? When you go in backdrops, you can see that there is a numerical written 1 and here 2. So 2 means that this is the second backdrop of yours and this is the first. So actually now I have 2, so there was seeing 2, now I have 1. Now let's see what happens. You get to see 1. So this was the main thing. Now next is name, so backdrop name. Now what will happen? What do you know? Guess, any guesses? Yes, right, only the backdrop name will come here. Now if we have a second backdrop of hearts, I think heart should come right here. Yes, so this was all about backdrops. This was the looks of background. Now I told you how can we choose a backdrop. The next option we get is paint. Now from here we can paint any backdrop we want. We can convert it to bitmap and like it is fully purple in the, so this was how you can paint. This is just normal. The next is surprise, means you can get a random background from the backgrounds which are available on Scratch. So you get a surprise, okay, I got this one, you can get another because it's fully randomized. And next is upload. You can upload any image or something from the files that you want. So this was all about backdrops. Now in the next thing we will talk about sprites. Okay, so let's move on to sprite. So you have a default sprite, or wait, let me do the backdrop to full white so that you can see it clearly. So first you get a by default cat, or you can see the logo of Scratch in I think the previous versions. and the version that I am using currently is Scratch 3.25.0. So I will recommend you to use that version for the further videos also. So here is a Scratch or sprite that we can customize. So here you can like change the color of its head, and like I change its full color because I don't like orange. Nice. Now we have a purple cat. You get two costumes with this cat. One is like running and one is like walking. So now come to the main part. When we come to the main part, what is a sprite? A sprite is a character that we use to, like, if you are making a game, you can use that sprite to entertain. Like if there is a game in which is a car racing game, so the car will be the sprite and the racing will be the backdrop, like the, you can say, the roads and other things will be the backdrop and the cars will be your sprite. So when you make a story, like if you make a story in Scratch, that's a project that I will show you in further videos. So when we make a story, the main characters will be our sprite. So this was all about sprite. Now let's see how can we take more sprites. So when we go to the first option that comes in the sprite is choose a sprite, and oh my god, so many sprites that you get to see here. These are many, like a variety of sprites that you get, and this is also not only sprites, this is also divided into many things like animals. You get animals in here, people, fantasy, dance, music, sports, food, fashion, and letters. This was like you can make your animated name from these letters. So this was your sprites. So what are the other ways to upload a sprite? This was choose a sprite. Now you can paint a sprite like as we saw in the backdrop, like same. And if you have good painting skills, you can even paint like your own character. And next we have surprise. Surprise means randomized characters. You know, I got a rainbow, you can get anything else, maybe a dog or a cat. Now what's next is upload. Now you can upload any character, which I think if you are a good painter, you can make your own character with paint, and you can like upload it here if you are not finding it in the ready-made sprites in Scratch. So let's move on to motion and looks. Here we have motion for this sprite. Now what's the first block is move 10 steps. What does it mean? Now you can change the numerical from 10, 20, like 10 to 20, 100, anything that you want. So let me first tell you that Scratch is not 3D, it's just 2D, means you have an x-axis and the y-axis. When we use this move 10 steps, the character or your sprite will move 10 steps in the x-axis, means horizontally. Let's see this. Now it's moving more 10 steps horizontally, that you can see, means it is moving more further to x-axis. So this was how your move 10 steps works. Now what's the other block that we have is turn 15 degrees. In this you can see after turn there is a symbol which is going from left to right. This means that your sprite will rotate from left to right. See, it rotates from left to right. You can even like change the numerical from 15 to 50. See, now it will turn more. You see, now it's okay. I will just accept it like that. Now you have another which is turn 15 degrees. Now we can say that this is the same as the previous block, but you have to see that after turn you can see a symbol which goes from right to left. Means when you click this, you can go, the sprite moves in the opposite direction. So let me make it straight. Yes. Now let's see the other one. The other block that you get is go to random position. Now go to, after you can see like drop down menu in which you get mouse pointer and random position. First let's see random position. In this, when you click it, it will go to a random position like that. And the other option that we get is go to mouse pointer, means everywhere a pointer is, the sprite will go there. Now suppose my pointer is here and I click this, the sprite goes here. Now if you see, my pointer is here and like the sprite is also here. So this is how this block works. Now let's go to the next block. This is go to x. Like I said you before also, sprite is a 2D. In this you can only get x axis and y axis. So the values we can put in here is only the x and y axis. So for example, if I put it here 24 and for y axis I put 0. So when you click this, now wait, yes, 3. Now when I click this, it will go to this position. So 24 3. So this is the position the our sprite is currently in, x 24 and y 3. So this is how it works. And our next block is glide 1 second to random position. Now what does it mean is glide? Now it will not move like it was moving in the before the previous block. It was just doing like randomly. Our next block is glide. It means it will smoothly go to a random position. See, it is now what you will ask, that what is the glide? 1 second. So it will take 1 second to go. This is the speed. If you decrease 1 second to like 0.5, it will go more fast. Like see this, now its speed is increased. Now it also has a drop down menu which says like it can go to a mouse pointer. So now my mouse pointer is here and I click it, so it will come to my mouse pointer in front of my mouse pointer. So this is how this block works. So our next block is glide 1 second to like x and y. Now you get values for x and y. Now you can fill a value where you want it to go. Like if I do like this, now it will glide to the position I gave it to. See, it glides to the position I gave it. Now our next block is point in direction. So what does it mean is it will point in a direction which we tell. Now this direction is mainly in angles. Like if we get it, if we tell it 90 degree, 50 degree, like any degree we can say. So when you click it, you get an option for changing the degree. If I like do 120 degree, you can see it is tilted to 120 degree. Let me take in front like 120 degree. Now if I take it to 180, means I think it will be a straight line. So see, it is pointing to a total 180 degree. So let's see what's the next block. Now this was motion. Now next block is point towards mouse pointer. So it also has a drop down menu. Okay, only mouse pointer. So when we click it, it will point towards us, means I think its eyes or its face will be towards us. So this was a block. Now next is change x. Now in this, the x axis of the sprite will change by 10. It is not saying to set it, but it is saying to change it. Means every time I click it, the position of it will change by 10 degrees. So this was it. Now if I, now it is going from left to right, if you see, because it is a positive value. And you will see if in a number line the positive things are on the right side. So it is, if I give it a positive value, it will go on the right side. Now it is minus 10, so it will go from right to left as it is a negative number. So this is how you can move your sprite from left to right or right to left using change x by block. Now let's see what's set x to. Now if you have seen a move block, so we have to simply put a numerical inside and the x axis of our sprite will change. For example, if I do this like 22, it will go to the x of 22. See, now if I click it, nothing happens because it is on the x axis of 22. No, now this doesn't deal with the y axis, only x axis is needed. So let us see what's next. Next is change y by 10. So as we saw of x, this is y axis. So let me tell you, y axis is from up to down, not from right to left. This was right to left for x axis, and y axis is from up to down. So it should go up as it is a positive value. If it's a negative value, it will go down, and if it's a positive value, it will go up. So for an example, if I take minus 10 here, it will go down. See, from up to down. So this is how your this block works. So now the same block, just x to y, it's set y to minus 42. If I take it minus 22, it will go up Why? Because minus 22 was right there. So this doesn't deal with x-axis, and the x change x by 10, that block doesn't deal with this block. So our next block is if on edge bounce. This is very simple English, like anyone can understand, that if on edge means if the sprite touches the edge, it will bounce off. Like for example, I take the sprite and drag it towards the, hey, come here, towards the edge. Now it's touching the edge, right? Now I click it, it bounces off. See, because our block says that it, if on an edge, it should bounce. So this is what it means. Now next block is set rotation style, means if it rotates, think you are making a game in which you have to make a thing rotate. So the rotation style is left to right, like it should go from left to right, or else don't rotate, means it cannot rotate even, or all around, means you can rotate from right to left, left to right, anything that you want. So this was your rotation style. Now what's next? Now you can see three blocks which are like circular blocks. This is x position. X position means if you click this, it will tell its x position is minus 183. Now it's 183 for minus, as it's on left side. If I take it to the middle, like here, I think the middle should be here. Now it's like, you can see 0 as it is in middle. And let me tell you, the point where the x-axis and the y-axis meet is always x0 and y0, or the center. So the y position, if I click this, you will get like -7, like it's not in the middle right now. I think it should go in the middle. Okay, so x-axis, so this should be the middle. Okay, it's 0. Okay, it's the middle. Now what's direction? In this direction, it will tell that what is the direction of your sprite. So it tells me 123, I think, means the where, in which degree is your sprite pointing. So this is direction. So this was all about the motion of sprite. So in further of this video, we will see about looks. So now let's see what are looks in the sprite. So when you click at this look option, you can see many blocks in this also. So what's the first block that we get is say hello for 2 seconds. So it just specifies what it can do is say hello, means it can make the sprite say hello for 2 seconds. Now if you click it, it will say hello, like you can see, it will just say for 2 seconds. 1 2 see hello, done. This was all about this block, and not more it can do. Like we can just change this hello to something else. So our next block is say hello. Now what does this mean is it will say hello but no specific time. It will just keep on saying hello, like see, it's just saying hello for like forever. If we don't stop it, it will just say hello. For if we are making a conversation, like a story or something project is in scratch, it is advised to use the say hello for 2 seconds, because if you use say hello, that chat or that thing that it says will not even go out of the screen. So let's see the next block. It is think for 2 seconds. Now if I click it, it will think like for 2 seconds. So this is like the say hello, it's think. In think, you can see that when it comes, like it comes in a different form. It is like someone thinking, and when we say hello, the thing comes like someone is saying. So this can be differentiated like that. So if you are seeing on a project, it's a conversation, you can easily differentiate between the say and think. So the next block is think. So when it thinks, it is for no specific time. It just thinks like forever, I can say. So it is also advised to use this for 2 seconds, so that you can specify a particular time for the thing to happen. So the next thing, or the next block, is switch costume. So as the background, in the background we saw that we can switch costumes. So from this block we can switch the costume of a sprite. So when I click this, see the costume is switched to costume 2. If I select costume 1, it will be switched to costume 1. So this is the main role of this block. And the next block that we have is next costume. Like the next backdrop that we have in backdrop section, it will change the costume. As we have only two costumes, it will rotate between these two costumes. So the next block is switch backdrop. So from the sprite you can switch your backdrop to like any backdrop that you want. See, it's amazing, these are interconnected. So the same block of background we also give here is next backdrop, means we can change the backdrop to anything. See, from like that. And the next block is change size. So the size of the sprite can be changed. See, it's getting bigger. If I take it to -10, it will also decrease in size. So this was the rule of this block. Next is set size to 100%, means the 100% of the sprite will be changed. Now if I do it 200%, it will like double of his size. See this, 200%. The next thing is change color effect. So the sprite can also change its color, like effect of color, not really color, the effect of its color by this. You can see, no, it's like it has shades but not that much. If I make it to a less number like 10, it will have more shades. See, now you get like 3 or 4 shades of a single color. So this was the main role of this block. So the next block that we have is set color effect. So from this block you can just randomly set a color effect. And wait, we also have a drop down list like a fish eye. So fish eye is like, it will like, you see an eye of the fish, like circle right here, a circle like that, it will just do that. So the next that we have is whirl. So it will like whirl in a spiral type. If I make it more, you can just, after not multiple clicks, only in one click, a spiral will be made. See, this is whirl. Now if I clear graphic, so after whirl we have pixelate, means if you play Minecraft, as I said, you can know this. See, pixel, so many pixels. Now next that we have, wait, let me clear. So the next that we have is mosaic. On mosaic you can get like more sprites. Now I have like a QR code type of sprites. The next thing that we have is brightness. So wait, so the brightness of the sprite can be changed. Actually, wait. I don't want to disappear the sprite. Okay, so you saw the sprite. The next thing that we have is ghost effect. Ghost effect, you see ghost effect. It's like changing. Yes, I don't think you can see from the camera, but yes, some shades of the sprite is changed. So this was change. The next thing we have is set. So we directly set the color, fish eye, whirl, pixelate, mosaic, brightness or ghost effect. We directly set, we don't change, but we directly set. The next thing that we have is clear graphic effects. This means that you can just clear all the graphic effects that we have, like this, like not the size but the color effect or the mosaic effect that we saw. We can do it by this single block. The next block that we have is show. Show means the sprite will show, and the next is hide, means if you click it, it will hide. Show, hide, show. Like this is the main purpose for which these blocks are used. The next thing or the next block that we have is go to front layer, means if there are multiple layers or multiple sprites, it can go to the back, means the most backward layer or the most front layer by this block. The next thing is go forward by one layers. If suppose you have 5 to 6 sprites, it can shuffle, like if you have to forward one layer like that, we can use it. The next is costume number. Like if you click it, you can just get to know the costume number. It's second costume. The name of this costume will be costume 2. So the backdrop number, you can also get to know the backdrop number is 1, and the name will be like backdrop 1, like that. The next thing is size. You can get to know the size. It's like 200%. So this was all for today's video.